Hello again. Our traffic officials are conducting roadblocks in KwaDukuza and KwaZulu Natal. Now, this is part of efforts to ensure that everyone is complying with the lockdown conditions. Let's head on over to my colleague Siphamandla Goge. He's at one roadblock there this morning. Siphamandla, good morning to you. So how exactly are they carrying out these roadblocks? What are they looking for?
Compliance. They are checking whether public transport, particularly taxis that are ferrying in passengers, do have permits, and then they are adhering to those regulations to load people who are not more than 10 per quantum of a minibus taxi. I'm going to ask my colleague Sandile Makubela to start this side and show you what is happening. This is a massive roadblock. We are standing at R102, that's between KwaDukuza and Palito. The main reason there is this massive roadblock, which is a joint operation between South African Police Service as well as the Metro Police here in this area, is simply because there have been concerns in this area that some people are not adhering to the issue of the lockdown and the regulations that have been stipulated by the president. So this roadblock came as a result of those concerns that some people, including taxi operators, were not adhering to the regulations. Yesterday, you would recall that Transport Minister Fikile Mbalula had to rescind that decision to allow them to load 100%. Now it's 70% capacity. So basically, this roadblock is mainly about that. We will try and get a comment here from Transport MEC in KwaZulu Natal, Begintuli. Also, what is happening here, my colleague Sandile Makubela will show you some health workers here sanitizing passengers and washing their hands, giving out pamphlets, showing them how to wash their hands, basically with sanitizers, and also sharing some pamphlets with information concerning the COVID-19, because there have been those calls for more aggressive campaigns in terms of educating people about the COVID-19. But perhaps let me just try and get Transport MEC here, Begintulu here. Babum Temba, thank you very much for your time. We are live on eNCA. Talk to us about this roadblock. There were concerns that some people are not adhering to the rules and regulations of this lockdown.
I'm very much grateful. The vehicles that we have stopped for now are able to keep to the numbers as regulated by the ministry. Only in the morning that I was told some taxis were loading as if it was normal. But now that they are adhering to the regulations, I'm happy. All the departments, as you can see, health, DSD, are here on this roadblock because there is a call by our government to try to work together, integrate our efforts so that we are able to work together.
How many people have been arrested in KwaZulu Natal since the start of the lockdown who have not adhered to the regulations?
We have people that I may not have the exact number, but I can assure you there are a number of people that have been arrested in KZN since this started. Arrested on different charges. Some of them, as it were, the taxis were working as normal. Some of them, they were found with, they were liquor outlet, and I know here 2 arrests have been made to taverns. And a number of them have been arrested because of the liquor that they were holding. And some of them were going to town with the pretext that they were going to buy food, leaving stores and outlets that are near here.
You mentioned outlets. I have to ask you this question. We have received reports throughout KwaZulu Natal that some business people, particularly liquor outlets, including within this vicinity, they don't adhere to the regulations of the lockdown. Surely that must concern you, because it simply means people are openly being defiant.
Indeed, it is concerning me, because if there are taverns, this is why there are arrests that have been effected. If there are taverns, it would mean it is not only the owner of the tavern that is breaking the law. Even people that are buying the liquor are also going to break the law in one way or another, because when they drink this liquor, there is not going to be individual sitting at his or her place. There will be a group of people, and thus breaking the law, the regulation in terms of the the distance that should be apart, and also you would find that most of them, they are not wearing masks as me and you are. They are not having gloves, and they hide behind the fact that these things are running out of stocks in most of the outlets.
In closing, I have to ask you this. Most of the passengers I've been seeing in these taxis, one is coming now. People do not have masks and gloves. Transport Minister Fikile Mbalula promised that drivers will be provided with those and sanitizers so that they can circulate it to these passengers. Surely there is a lot to be done in that regard, because all the passengers that I've seen, they don't have masks and gloves.
The announcement was made last night, and from my office, we have already ordered some masks and sanitizers that will be distributing to the taxi industry. And I would invite you tomorrow morning to join me and the leadership of Santaco in KwaDukuza taxi ranks. We will be distributing these masks.
Okay, Baba, thank you very much for time. That is Begin to Liz, the MEC for Transport, Community Safety and Liaison in KwaZulu Natal, as this massive roadblock is underway. We understand that there will be other operations later on together with the police in various parts of the province, whereby authorities will be trying to enforce compliance with the regulations of the lockdown. As we take it back to you in studio.
All right, thanks very much, Siphamandla Goge. That's happening in KwaDukuza and KZN at the moment. I only saw one mini roadblock coming to work, and that was on Sunday. I haven't seen one since here in Gauteng.